Kyung, is it still no audio? Is it still no audio? Is it still muted? You hear me? Okay, good. Huh. Nothing changed. I just did a reload and reconnect, and everything's plugged in and hooked up. It's weird that happens. And that type of thing happens to me all the time. What up, Three Fingers? Okay, so what I was saying was that the idea of God in and of itself is sort of cringy to me. Like this just the thought that there's some entity somewhere that wants people to worship it is cringy and weird, strange, bizarre. Like is to me is borderline psychosis. Like something I would expect a serial killer to want, or a creep, a weirdo, a child sniffer. Some creepy type of. So when if I seen a human who wants worship, to me, everybody in that situation's a cringe lord, dude. Like the dude that wants to worship. If there's literally people willing to worship him, they're just as cringy, if not worse. If so, how come if humans would observe a human being wanting worship and view that as cringy or weird, why do we accept it if it's God that's doing it? Why does God as a creator always get away with so much nastiness? Why does this God, this creator, get to literally the souls he's tormenting to argue for him? Just what up, Osric? How you doing, brother? I hope you're staying in shape. Fucking Jack, baby. Boom! Show them what's good, baby. But what was I saying? Yeah, just the idea of God is fucking creepy and weird. It's cringy, creepy, and weird. The idea of worshiping something is creepy, cringy, and weird. The idea of being subjected to a low-level meat monkey hell realm where everybody's a mouth-breathing, drooling, fucking desire-driven meat monkey and then expected to be behaving like Jesus while plugged into a low-level creature that's nothing like Jesus in any way, shape, or form. Almost the equivalent of you expecting a fucking chimpanzee to behave like Jesus. It ain't gonna happen. But then to get punished for not being Jesus because they whacked their winky or looked at an attractive woman who was already married and had sexual thoughts in their mind or something. I always go to sexual stuff because most humans can relate to it. And I don't know what else sinfully like that off the top of my head. I usually go to sex because most people can relate to it. I'm not a highly sexual person. But yeah, it's just these humans are dumb. And then you want to punish them. And then I see it's sort of this mind trap that they cast on people. It's like brainwash. It's to keep you in this perpetual self-abusive loop endlessly. You're not good enough. Oh, you gave into gluttony today. You had too much bad food, or you gave into whatever other sins there are. It's like, but that's what these meat monkey things do. That's what they do. How the fuck are you going to punish them for that? Now, if some human is going out of their way to harm another human, to me, that's punishable. Like actual evil, just people that like feed off human suffering, people that benefit off human suffering or make money off human suffering, like actual evil. That's punishable. But in this realm, those people always seem to have the most power. It's almost like it's programmed into the hell realm that the more predatory you are, the more successful you'll be. As long as you're playing the predator-prey game, if you're taking the stance of a predator, you will be very financially successful. In this dark, demonic hell realm, that's the way it is. Because the ones that play the game, their objective or goal is to suffer, humiliate, and torment humans. So if they're willing to take on that character, boy, everything's going to work out for them to be that person, because that's what the gamers want. Again, if the entities, gamers, archons, angels, demons, whatever, God, Joshua, whatever played this game had a good intention for humans, you would see it. It would be observable. But in the bizarro realm, we see the opposite of that and then argue for that like that ever fucking existed somewhere. It is, but this reality is maddening. Whether it's a simulation, a Dookie Boy realm, a spiritual prison, a soul trap, a Archon cube, at the end of the day, it's a fucking garbage pit. Did a half-hour cardio this morning, pull-ups and weighted dips, small workout. Fuck yeah, I was Rick. Motherfuckers, they're gonna hate on you. They're gonna hate on you. If you get in good shape, people don't really, you might get admired a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But people don't really like it for some reason, or it makes some people uncomfortable, which is weird. Did you guys, well, I don't know, have you guys ever, is there anybody out there that's fit? Like fit all the time, like basically their whole life? Like when you're around people that are unfit, or really truly uncomfortable with their own physique or body or whatever's going on in their minds, they're nasty to you. They don't like you. I get treated nastily by out of shape people all the time, probably more than any other person. I always get an attitude from somebody that's kind of fat and sloppy. I mean, no offense, I'm just being brutally honest. I don't have any hatred towards fat woman or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I deal with a lot. You know, people, and what's weird is they project. What they're doing in their mind is saying, you're thinking this way about me. And they make you their enemy when in actual reality, you didn't give a fuck how fat they were. You don't give a fuck how fat they are, how they look. You are 0% invested in this person or judging this person, or just even thinking about this person. But they live in their little fucking delusional dumb boy reality. They're the main character in their stupid little script, and they think you're thinking they're fat. Because look, you go to the gym, so you're obsessed with fitness, so you must think, bitch, I ain't even fucking thinking about you 0.5% in my mind. Fuck you. Some scoff at me when I say I'm going to the gym. Oh, yeah, all the time. You know, they almost like, oh, you, cool you, you know, Mr. What are you, fancy pants? You go to the gym and do your little workout. Oh, yeah, you get nastiness from people. People, when you're successful at something in life, don't expect love. Don't expect love. You're going to get a lot more resentment, jealousy, and hatred. That's the way people are. They're just nasty, most of them. Oftentimes. So I've been going to the gym now, you could say, for 4 years on and off. I had to take off like a year and it was probably like a year and a half or something when my guts blew up. I just couldn't go to the gym really out of those 4 years. So you could say like 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever is left. But anyways, you know, and if I visually recorded what I see, people look at me all the time or stare at me all the time. And which is okay. I don't care, whatever. That used to make me uncomfortable, actually. That used to make me really uncomfortable. Now I just don't care. As a matter of fact, if you want to look, have at it. But and I added up all the times I've seen somebody roll their eyes to me compared to all. So I've been going now again, like for almost 4 years on and off. And I've had one person give me a compliment. And they compliment me with their eyes, but they don't say nothing to me. And that one person was another dude. It was another guy. It was another dude. He just said, he's like, that's impressive. He like literally took a time out from his workout, walked over to me and told me that what I was doing was impressive, which was curling 50-pound dumbbells, which isn't impressive. I'm pretty sure I can curl close to double that. If I really fucking was like, especially if I was one of them dudes that like throws their back into it, like, bitch, that ain't no real curl, you pussy. Anyway, oftentimes people in general are not there to uplift you. Oh, no. Most motherfuckers are predator, out for themselves. Fuck you. Unless you can benefit them in some sort of transaction, you're nothing to them except just another object, another projection. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even saying that. To a degree, I could almost preach living that way is better. I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with that person. I'm saying just be aware of it. Don't go around in this reality assuming anybody's this great loving person. You're going to be let down a lot. I get more looks from women. Oh, yeah, I get more looks. Well, I say just everybody gives me looks. I see guys looking at me, girls looking at me. I don't give a fuck. That don't bother me. As a matter of fact, if a gay guy were to say to me, damn, you look good today, I wouldn't get upset about it. I don't give a fuck. If somebody thinks I look good to me, that's a compliment. I don't give a fuck if it's guys. I don't give a fuck if it's a bunch of transgenders in that motherfucker looking at me. If they think I'm attractive, it's a compliment. I get more looks from women, though. I don't know if I get more from women. I think I get them about 50-50. What up, Brooke? That's cool. I should encourage people at the gym if I can. So I've given several compliments at the gym, usually to older people. What up, T? Usually, I don't get impressed by some dude in his 20s that's fit. Okay, golf clap. Good job. You have amazing genetics probably. Your metabolism's still good. You didn't try that hard. Like you're like Mike Tyson in his prime. You're not Mike Tyson fighting adversaries. You know what I'm saying? You weren't fighting nobody that was fighting back, But when I see somebody that's in their 60s, even 70 sometimes, that's still in the gym and they're still in decent shape, I always give them a compliment. Verbal compliments in public were more common in the 80s, 90s, 2000 before smartphones took over. Oh, that's weird. I do it. Right. Be fit then 30s, 40s is a flex even more than career. Right? Being fit in your 30s or 40s is a flex. Oh, flex even more than career? Nice. Really? You think that that's more of a flex than having a good career, Brooke? I wish I had a good career. I don't give a fuck about my muscles. Compared to a dope career, I think a career would be better than having muscles. But then every guy that's probably got a great career wishes that they had a good physique. I mean, I don't know how high it is on the list, but I like to stay in shape just because if I ever start fucking somebody again, I don't want them to look at my body and think it's sloppy. Pretty much. That's what it boils down to, is if I start having sex again, I don't want my ugly body I don't want my naked body to be ugly. Osric's fucking gangster, bro. He's 63. Yeah, so I'd probably give you a compliment, Osric. When I see because it's just, or somebody, usually somebody that's struggling, they come in with a walker or whatever and they're struggling. That's what motivates me. I don't get motivated by dudes that are in their 20s or girls in their 20s that are in shape. It's like, a golf clap to me. That's not that impressive. Anybody could do that as long as they, skip one meal every once in a while. But in the end, if you just lame, nothing can unlame you. No money, gym, etc. Yeah, that's true too, Brooke. I think about that all the time because I never really thought about charisma or understood charisma really. I always just looked at things like chemistry. Like some people you like them, some people you don't. Until people started mentioning charisma to me. And then I started really thinking about it. And I was like, really, like, what if you had a terrible one? Like, what if you're one of those dudes? And I've met people like this that is just so uncharismatic. I mean, just the opposite of charisma. What would it be like? Like you took charisma and stabbed it to death and then burnt it and then shoved it in the toaster and toasted it and then dried it out. They're that. And it's like, man, how does this motherfucker get some coochie if he's like lonely or whatever, If you're just a cringe lord type of motherfucker, naturally, you could say. Like no charisma, you just aren't an exciting guy. I always think about things like that. Like, man, that would be a really shitty life if you were just a lame, a lame or whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that would suck. And I mean, you can't do anything for them. I don't think you can. You develop personality? I don't think you can. I think everybody's kind of just who they are. They're either lame or not lame. You know what I'm saying? That's just who we are. As humans, we're programmed the way that we are. I don't think you could create. Man, no, because people will say they did. Oh, I had to, because of my circumstances, I sort of had to create, you know, a humor or something like that. I don't know, but I just think people are, their personality wise, they are the way that they are, and that's the way they're always going to be. And if you want them to be different or change, the odds are really fucking high that that's not going to happen for you. People are kind of just the way they are. That's the way that they are. That's who they are. It's very, very difficult. Can people change? Yes, I've seen people change before, but it's extremely fucking rare. Most people will fight you tooth and nail to not change, even if you're trying to save their life by changing them. They'll still fight you tooth and nail. Chad is lame too, but looks beat all. Chad is lame too, but looks beat all. What do you mean? What's that mean? What does it mean to look beat all? They say we are not our egos. Do you agree with it? I don't know if I don't. I think we are our egos. No, you're not your ego. I don't think so, Pitt. I think that your ego works against you a lot of times, which is not something you would do to yourself, which is weird. Your ego will lie to you and not show you how you're wrong in situations. It's just stupid. The ego is sort of stupid. It does a lot of dumb shit. You don't ask it, but you could say, well, it's to protect you. It's to make you feel okay with life. But it's like, wouldn't it be better for me to not feel okay about my bad behaviors and then to grow and learn from them? Why would I have this aspect of my mind that tells me I'm Mr. Perfect and right all the time, like a fucking retard, even when I'm being wrong? That's stupid. The ego's dumb, but it does protect you a lot. I'll say that. That's true. When they say, I don't know, man, if you lived without an ego for even a minute, you're probably going to hate it. That's true too. Your ego protects you from seeing just how much of a piece of shit you actually are. There are cases with feral humans living with no people, and only wild animals in nature have no personality. It's only after they start merging into human society does a personality start emerging. Yeah, I brought that up years ago, Kyung. When I would bring up the island or whatever, I'd say basically the same thing. It's like, man, these motherfuckers aren't really that advanced. I mean, you could almost thank the Illuminati for indoctrinating us with their school systems, because we really aren't that capable without what's been shown to us and taught to us. And we're sort of low level actual entities. It's just, and then motherfuckers got in their mind, they're going to walk around and float on, walk on water and do breathing exercises and become Jesus or something. I'm going to vibrate at a weird frequency. Like, dude, what are you talking about really when you talk about vibrating? What do you mean exactly? Oh, it's the vibrational frequency. Yeah, but you don't have a vibration knob on you. I ain't never seen you vibrate once. What are you talking about? Who's Chad? You mean like when you say Chad, like a dorky type of dude or whatever is a Chad? Like those jocks. Aren't jocks considered Chads? There are cases with fear. Oh yeah, I already read that. Like, I think our personality is our soul. I don't think our personality is just us acting. Our soul, I think, is what makes our personality. I think what makes our personality is our soul to a degree, our energy, whatever you want to call that thing, to a degree, but also life events mold our personality and behavior. For example, if you were a child being brutalized in foster homes, sexually, we'll say, constantly, by the time you're 18, do you think you're going to be a stable adult? Like, do you think your soul's going to go, well, I'm a happy-go-lucky soul, so all the abuse that happened to me is gone, and I'm just happy all the time? You know, that person's going to be traumatized and weird, and with no ego, I get anxiety when I'm in a friendly mood. With no ego, you get anxiety? Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, that's sort of what it does. It like protects you and makes you feel happy. It'll lie to you too. It'll lie to you. It'll make you think you're Mr. Perfect and you're not. It won't even allow you, I mean, unless you do it consciously, to reanalyze past events where you acted this way or said things this way or da da da. Like it literally will hide like information from you. I mean, I observe the mind constantly, and I started doing that years ago. So I've been doing it for a long time. Sorry, I was waiting 10 minutes. You don't have to apologize for going AFK for a little while, T. I don't think I've broken any brand new fucking amazing news in the last 10 minutes. I'm just talking and ranting and communicating with you guys. The energy one gives off is what comes back usually. So I've noticed there is something, our minds are connected to the matrix in some sort of way, to this machine. There is something to manifestation. Thank you, T. I forgot. Turn on live chat, guys. But there is something to this machine where the state we're in is what it presents to us. So like if you're poor and you're in a needy state, it just constantly will manifest that for you. If you're, I got to give an example. There was an example recently. So if you leave your house expecting, if you're one of those guys, you deal with road rage, we'll say, and you leave your house expecting every motherfucker around you to do something stupid, it's going to happen so often that your co-pilot's going to say, man, people cut you off a lot when you drive. They're going to notice that when you drive, people are extra retarded. We manifest things. Like we manifest things. If you pull up to a light, we'll say, and you want the chick next to you to pull up just a few more feet so you could get a better look and see how cute she is, you're going to constantly manifest cars that park in your blind spot that stay away from you. It's like if you want something, it puts your state as that. I don't know. Did I explain that right? That was probably a stupid example. What other? So I've noticed this a lot lately. I really should just write shit down. The honest truth is I should write shit down when it happens because I'm a pothead and I forget a lot of shit. But I know shit happens, but then I forget the examples. Honestly, based on experience and observation, I think we are the field, not the code. We are actually the same field, just active for a lack of better word. You attract your current vibe. If it's a lack or a want, you attract more lack and continue wanting. Yeah. Dude, you know what's weird is that there was a movie I was watching years ago. It was like one of the movies back in like the old horse and king and queen days, you know. And the dude said to him in the movie, "You have been found wanting." That's what he said to him. Oh, it was Joaquin Phoenix was playing the role. That's the dude that was playing the role, I think, of the king or the evil prince. And he kept saying to the guy, "You have been found wanting." And I always thought that was a weird thing to say. What the fuck's that mean? Everybody wants. Some guys want to be taller. Some guys want to be in better shape. Some guys want a bigger pecker. Some guys want. Everybody wants a better house, want a better job, want a better pay. Everybody wants. But I thought that was a weird thing to label on somebody as a derogatory term. But it sort of makes sense to me. Now, from this perspective, from a manifest, if you're found wanting, that's actually not a good thing. If you want to be, it's almost better to not want and just let the cards go the way they go, to sort of just not give up or give in. What's the word? To just let go. I think to letting go, still, I stand by that's probably the most, again, whether it's a spiritual thing, an archon's box, a simulation, letting go seems to be the pinnacle of advice to give to anybody that's in this realm, that's conscious. Let go. This place ain't for you. Even if you die someday, could be tomorrow, could be 10 years, could be 20 years from now, and you stop existing, it's still better for you, for those next 20 years, to let go. 100% trust me. I know I'm right about that. Chris, I have a feel you and Shengel are going to beef in. I hope not, but I don't know. Peace to all, though. Me and Shengel ain't beefing. I don't know why you would get that feeling. That's what I'm doing, not wanting, just surrender, letting go. That's kind of a Zen thing. Shengel just shared one of my videos. I think, didn't he? Yeah, he mentioned me recently, saying this was one of my best videos, my last live, I think. So I don't agree with Shengel on everything. Shengel and me don't agree on everything. But I think we'll always get along. I mean, I don't know why you would think that. Surrender, letting go. That's kind of a Zen thing. The ego stops existing. The core you exist as something. The field. Yeah, the core you is sort of connected to some sort of field. Absolutely. And it's like, you really can manifest in this reality if you truly are able to get into that state. If you're not found in a state of wanting anymore, if you can get out of a state of wanting, things sort of do come to you more easily, I would say. It's almost like it knows you want something and then just fucks with you and doesn't give it to you. It sort of like torments you until you move past wanting. Then it gives it to you or something. It's almost like that. Whatever it is, whatever's observing this shit show, Truman Show. God's will, not your own will. Yo, chat. What up, Dad? It's like girls suddenly becoming attracted to you once you have a girlfriend. Oh, yeah, because you don't want one no more. Why are those girls always attracted to that douchebag dude that just really don't care? You know why? Because from his perspective, he deserves a chick like that. And he can treat her any way he wants. And because he truly feels that way, that's what he gets. But single, no one gives a shit about your ass. Well, I'd say you just need to talk to more. Keep talking with it. Dude, there's so many people around. If you were the most bland motherfucker, your spitting game's a joke to me, but your ability to spit game was so bad that your pickup line was, hi, I'm physically attracted to you. Do you want to hang out sometime? And you just got to know here and there. You're eventually going to hit a yes. There's plenty of women around. There's plenty of lonely people. I truly believe that anybody can find somebody. This place is boring now. Yeah, life's pretty whack and boring. It's sort of corny, low level experience. Think about it like this. When you become a high level entity consciously, reality would seem like a low level place, wouldn't it? You know, from your perspective, you're like, well, what is it here that has substance? Nothing. The only thing that really matters is what happens to us, what's happening to us, what's going to happen to us. And nobody knows. Everybody's got a different opinion. Everything's the end of the world in the land of paranoia. Jimi Hendrix was the Antichrist at one point. Marilyn Manson was. Elvis was. Everybody was. Bob Dylan sold his soul straight to the devil, and he's keeping up his end of the bargain. And fuck off. Fuck off with your corny little fucking RP stories. You guys are dorks. And if the devil exists and you can sell your soul to him, hey, devil, you fuck off too. Ain't nobody worried about your sorry ass, you little monkey. Where I stumbled and corrected. You need us. Like Josh's most recent video was probably his best video. I should just share that motherfucker. But like he said in his, you need us. You're a creep. Where I stumbled and corrected is my entire life. Didn't love myself. Always wondered what the fuck is wrong with me that makes people use me as a punching bag or leech. Well, that's what you believed you were, T. So that's what comes to you. So everyone is you reflecting back to. Yeah, I've said that too. If you go out with a great positive attitude, for some reason, almost like the reality loads you into not a different timeline, but maybe a different server. And everybody you run into is lively and happy. I'm telling you, just test it. Go to your local beach in a great mood. I don't know what you got to do to get in a great mood, but you can sort of fake it till you make it. Breathing exercises, just positive affirmations. You can sort of lie yourself into a stupid fake happiness. You really can. So go out like that and you'll see. You go out angry and pissed off, things are going to happen that make you more angry and more pissed off. Where I stumbled and corrected is my entire life. That's yeah, you definitely stumbled there, T, but at least you learned from it. Most men will do that till the day they die. Jimi Hendrix was the best ever, I believe. Jimi Hendrix was amazing. Jimi Hendrix was amazing. And so like ahead of his time. Like, bro, it's one thing to be like a great rock musician, right? That's an amazing, incredible feat. It's another thing to be like Black Sabbath, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the OG type motherfuckers that started shit. There were some humans that went above and beyond like human capability. Artistically, they were geniuses. If you talked to Ozzy Osbourne, I mean, if you can see through the odd OCD weird behavior and all that, you could see he's a genius. But if you have the ability to read people, but you could talk to Ozzy and think this dude could pass as a homeless dude that lives next to a dumpster. There ain't nothing special, but that dude was a genius, bro. That dude was a fucking genius. I always wondered what judgment or hate do I have towards these people, especially when they trigger me. Like it took me forever to realize it wasn't that. It's how I think of myself. Absolutely, T. A lot of the times you're reflecting back shit with people. When you. So hold on, let me reread this because vibe. I always wondered what judgment or hate do I have towards these people, especially when they trigger me. Yeah, a lot of the times we manifest through people what we think about us. I hope I said that right. Not what I think of them, since I've been better. The second you stand in your power, people will respond to you that way. If you overnight go from being I'm a low down, good for nothing, nobody, to I ain't the type of motherfucker nobody's going to talk crazy to. When you make that switch, people will treat you different. I don't mean fake that. I mean make that switch in your mind. I demand. You're the type of person you demand respect. It will be given to you. Do you guys remember? I said I would hang out with my buddies out in front of stores, convenience stores, whatever, like Pick Quick or whatever, and we'd all just be standing around, hanging out, being little hoodlums, and one woman would pull up, and we'd say, "Damn, look at that fat bitch walking in there," and everybody would laugh, and she'd roll her eyes and say, "Fuck you, you little bastards," and she'd go do her shopping. But then every once in a while, some lady would pull up, and she wasn't physically intimidated. There was almost like and everybody in the crowd would all of a sudden respect this woman. And I'd see that switch happen, and I'm like, and I would feel it too. She would demand respect in a type of way without speaking. I hope I'm explaining that right, because it's actually really deep if you understand what I'm saying. These women pulled in. Out of the 6 women that pulled in, 5 of them got shit talked to. And the somewhere in the middle of them, the 6th one pulled in and everybody's chin went like this. And they all of a sudden had respect and weren't talking shit to her. She could have walked up to us and demanded us to get off of there, and we probably would have listened to her. There's just certain people, I don't know. If you can feel people's energy, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just believe me. If you don't feel what I'm talking about, just believe me. I'm not lying to you. Hendrix's music touches the soul. He was otherworldly. So I believe Hendrix played with the emotions. Hulk Hogan, Voodoo Child, all musicians. I like All Along the Watchtower. All musicians have fathers in the military or judicial systems. The entire hippie movement was not organic. I agree with that. Well, I would say that, that's something, what's his name mentions all the time. Mark Devlin. Mark Devlin mentions that. He wrote a book called Nobody's Dad is a Plumber or something like that. But basically saying that, like, amongst all these professional, every time their fathers were usually like military guys or politicians or something. Like, if you guys can't see the nepotism in reality, I don't know maybe I've got to slap you in right in your fucking mouth with a goddamn golf club that the tip on that bitch literally has the word nepotism fucking printed into it. If the simulators want you to have or know something, you'll fucking know or get it. Yep. Black Sabbath, Hendrix, Zeppelin will live forever. Yeah, Beatles were really beyond their time. I don't know. I think that they were using AI even back then. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't think that those 4 fucking random dudes, or 5, was it 5 dudes? Or it was 5 of them, wasn't it? I don't think that they came up with that music. They were way too ahead of their time. Also means we reflect like 20 years ahead of their time, 30. Also means we reflect others back to them. That's true. That's what chemistry is. If they come in with a mode of I'm a low down piece of shit, and all of a sudden you just have a feeling about this guy that he's a low down piece of shit, he may be projecting that through onto you, and you're reflecting it back to him. I'm aware of that. All this, by the way, I try to keep a positive rapport with anybody, no matter what feeling they got going on in their fucking mind. I show everybody respect until they disrespect me. I don't like being disrespected, but I show everybody respect. For the most part, all are in the occult and fed their talent. They aren't real. I don't know. I mean, you could argue that, look, at the end of the day, their talent may have been printed by a machine. But the truth is, if any average man would have came forward with music that was undeniably classic and amazing, they would have broken through the machine. Just most average people's music sucked. And unless you were a part of the machine, it wouldn't come out good. The machine owns, they dominate, they're good at what they do. Can you blame them? They're businessmen, really, at the end of the day. They've mastered their craft. Mirroring their body language is what they want is 4 little cute boys with happy voices that are spunky and they'll feed them and they'll make millions of dollars because they know the recipe or the formula to just feed off people. You could say they're evil. You could say they're businessmen. They're financially making decisions to make as much money as possible. But they do. If they get an order from the CEO saying, yeah, we're going to hire on that new guy, Dale, even though he's not as good as Mike, because Dale is the son of some dude, that's what happens. I can't control nepotism, but we were in control of our ability to make music the whole time. We could have came out with some great music, but again, anytime you heard any like underground bands for the last, I don't know, not for the last 20 years, you could say 15 years, maybe 10 years, underground music's gotten to a decent quality. But before then, man, that shit sounded like dog shit, dude. It sounded like it was recorded in a fucking garage through a fucking rusty tin can with a string in it. hooked up to a fucking reverb, fucking guitar amplifier. Mirroring their body language is a trick that gets people to relate and calm down. So it's similar. Oh yeah. So T, another great example of your energy affecting the reality around you. When some dude's fucking mad and this and that, and angry and really pissed off, and you come at him with, "What's up, that bitch? What's good with motherfucker?" You match his energy, it's going to lead to chaos. But if you come in and you're the calmest dude in the world and you talk to him calmly, usually your energy calms him down. I've seen this happen a million times, trust me. They expect you to come in crazy, and then when you come in calm, it almost makes them uncomfortable because you're talking calmly. Now, they look almost clownish in front of everybody. They feel humiliated to a degree because you're talking with a calm mind. In a weird way, you're almost like belittling them in front of everybody or exposing them as a wild, emotional retard. So they calm down. That's what's really going on the inside. But those that have get more. Those that have not will have taken away. That's because those that have already live in abundance. It's easy for them to manifest more. That 401 replaced for Ringo Starr. Occult isn't bad. It's just info. That's an interesting name. Ringo Starr. Ring O Star. Then he must be talking about Saturn. Occult isn't bad. It's just info. It's how you use the info that makes it dark and stupid. Tavistock Institute. Yep, that old mirror on the wall in the House of the Rising Sun. Occult is just hidden. Is that what you're talking about? All that little weird shit, little rituals. And if there's egregores that exist, then committing the rituals probably would give you some sort of power. But maybe that's the way it works. Maybe elites are happy that everybody believes that there's a demonic overlord that controls this reality, that gives stuff to nasty people. Because then they're like, hey, I don't mind, I'll be nasty. And he'll give me everything. And then they believe this egregore into existence for me. They're all working for me by thinking of this demon guy owning this realm that gives materialism to nasty people. Because I just want to be evil anyways. I'll be a motherfucker. That maybe that's the way it is. Or they manifest the reality they want. I truly want to be an evil dictator. Well, somebody's got to be able to fill that slot. I don't know. I don't know why you would want that. I'm not in their shoes, but could be something like that. There is a grand finale coming soon. No, I don't think so. What is life? I hope so. I hope the alien invasion or the AI takeover or the zombie apocalypse happens soon. Because regular reality's gotten kind of stale, boring, corny, annoying, and cringy. Unless parasites process demons, then nothing gets to you till clean. Oh, I just wanted to mention, guys, don't worry about me. Believe me, when I tell you I've been through a lot of shit in my life, I'm tough in the mind. And I'm not as tough as I used to be, but I'm still pretty tough in the mind. If I take a break, whether it's a week or 2 weeks, or if it's 2 months, that's what I need. Don't worry about me. Don't stress about me. I'm fully aware of what I need to get by. If I'm struggling and you don't see me on here for a week or 2 weeks, know that I'm still a human being outside of this YouTube thing, fighting my demons and dealing with this human experience of figure out how to pay your bills and everything. I have a lot of life stresses. It's more than just we're in a hell realm suffering us. Like this Matrix thing's done really good job at being it. I have to deal with life too. I'm a human being named Chris. You know what I'm saying? I'm an actual guy walking around out there. Ash Shengel, he came and hung out with me in my fucking shitty little trailer. So, you know what I'm saying? Just give me some time. Just be patient. Practice a little bit of patience. Understand Chris is tough. Don't think if it gets so bad that, like, what do you think? I'm just going to off myself or something? I would come and tell you guys, to be honest with you. I would tell you guys. I would get on stream and say, guys, I'm done. Had just about enough of life. Catch you guys on the next episode. There ain't gonna be one. Peace. I would tell you guys, I don't give a fuck. But anyways, so don't worry about me. I don't want anybody worried about me. Don't stress about me. Just be happy in your life if you can. Occult is just hidden. I wonder if there is a grand. I hope so. Unless parasite possess demons, then nothing gets you till you're clean. Cher's husband, of course, became a senator or governor. Cher's a babe. I like Cher. She's a babe. Someone's gonna say, "Oh no, Cher's a man." Cher's a man. Well, I'd fuck that dude then. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? The ritual are against that trick mind and field to assuming it's already happened / paid for sacrifice. Taking action and miming shit cements it into reality. And I'm a booty guy. I'm actually a booty guy, but Sharon definitely ain't no booty woman. But I like her attitude, and she's still a babe. You know, she's still a babe. It won't work. Often self, not the way you think it will. And then I'll come back the next day, T, and I'll say, guys, this is what happened. So my shotgun didn't work when it was pressed up against my temple, but it seemed to work when I shot it out, at the backyard. Appreciate you. Thank you, Osric. I appreciate you too, brother. Oh, no. Oh, I got gas. Ay. But yeah, life's tough, and sometimes I just need a break. Just give me some time. I'm tough. I'll get through it. I always do. That was ultimate fuck you, waking moment of my life. So do you think people believe you, T, when you tell the story? So what T's talking about is he tried to off himself like about a month ago at this point, maybe a little longer, I don't know. But the knife that he tried to use to cut into his veins horizontally, which is normally super sharp. He works with knives all the time. He works in a machine shop where he can sharpen them. Anyways, just wasn't sharp. It was like a butter knife against his arm. He was pushing it hard, and I only tell a few, and I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if I believe you, T. I don't know. I don't want to say, oh, yeah, I believe him. Go test out this immortality theory or whatever, quantum immortality theory yourself and find out. Like, this is a bad thing to talk about, really. But according to T, he tried to end himself, and he couldn't do it. Which is, it makes me think too, because a lot of them people, they would say like, oh, I attempted suicide, but I remember hearing those types of stories too. It's like, man, I was trying to, and I just couldn't get the strength to do it. I remember hearing people say that, and I'm like, you said you had a straight razor, bro. It really does not take a lot of strength to cut a straight razor through soft tissue and vein. You could do it with the strength of a pointer finger. But I remember hearing that, and I would think, what are these people like talking about? You just want attention. You just cut yourself enough to make the scar so that you could talk about it and go, man, my fucking mustache is just itching the hell out of me right now. But that's what I thought. I thought it was people looking for attention. Like, how do you almost kill yourself, bro? Like, you're just lonely or something. I don't know what's wrong with you. But according to T, that happened to him. Tell if you don't know what the fuck. I had the strength, and I was zen, like at peace with the decision, feeling done, almost complete, and went for it. Quantum immortality, yeah. But yeah, supposedly T tried to do it and he couldn't do it, so I don't know. But again, I wouldn't tell you to go out and test it. T, do you remember who else has passed away in like the anti-nihilist community that wasn't Arene or is Lion Sword still around? Arene and Sky were the two, and then I thought there was more. I wouldn't say test either. I just said fuck it level. I'm not sure, man. I could have swore there was at least four different people. It may be true. I mean, I remember looking into that theory a few years ago. Well, about 10 years ago now. But and I heard a lot of stories about it. No, not Lionsgate. Lion Sword. His name was Derek. He was sort of like a passionate, angry type of truther or whatever, like I was. And then he little Princess Stephanie over there called his family or something, got him kicked out of his house, and he started preaching on his channel like shit that I didn't agree with. So I had to unsubscribe from him because he was really basically going down the path of like we need to just off ourselves type of shit. And I'm like, man, is that the best solution? I don't know, but I don't want to preach it anyways. But and so I just unsubscribed, but sort of stopped following him. He became like obsessed with that dude I'm talking about. And I just kept, I remember I left comments at the beginning. I was like, why are you taking this creep so serious? Like he's some fucking fat, middle-aged, weird, hateful, psych patient weirdo. And I mean, he wasn't calling my family or getting me kicked out of my house type shit, but he was being a creep at me at the same time. I'm like, the guy's pathetic. Fuck him. Ignore this fucking old miserable retard. Not sure about Lion Sword, but I remember him literally making a video saying he was done. Somebody linked it to me. Again, I wasn't subscribed. I wasn't watching his videos anymore. But somebody had linked me the video saying, yeah, Derek's gone. So maybe I'm counting him. But there was another one too. There's a fourth one that I just can't remember. Maybe that was in an email. Somebody that told me in an email that they were done. It may have been somebody in an email. But I'm pretty sure it was somebody that was kind of known. Like it wasn't like a hidden person. It was like somebody that was known in chats, and I can't remember now. Anyways, I guess who is Steve? That guy who was executed? Stevie is a troll. Yeah, that guy's a fucking idiot is what he's just a hateful, nasty, psych patient weirdo. I called him out as an agent, literally one day dealing with him. Myself, I was like, oh, this is an agent. This is he doesn't know this, by the way. From his mind, everybody else is evil, and that's the way it works. It sort of possesses the mind that's willing to be so stupid to get possessed, and it convinces them that everybody's out to get them. Everybody's the enemy. They're all stealing your ideas. That's the way the mind virus works, and he's completely an agent. He's totally possessed by the mind virus, but. I know who you were talking about. Yeah, he had a channel called, actually not a bad name, The Sanity Machine. I think The Insanity Machine would have been a great channel name, but I don't know if his channel's up anymore. But you go around fucking with people 24 hours a day. Eventually, people are going to like get sick of it and start like flagging your videos, dude. Like, you can't be a piece of shit your whole life and not have mad people. No, it's because everybody's out to get you, you paranoid idiot. Like, if you don't create enemies, they're not going to come for you. You fucking retard. You can't figure that out yet at 58 years old. I know who you're talking. He's an idiot is what he is. He sent me hateful mail for years. Fuck him and his mama. He went into the woods. His brother or father may have talked to Bliss. Yeah, Derek ended up going into the woods. He was practicing kung fu and shit on trees, and I don't really know what the fuck he was doing. I was just glad to see he was okay and healthy. Second, like death may not even exist. The escape is more complicated. But if we're in a prison planet, do you think quantum immortality could still be true? Oh yeah. Why would it give us an escape if it's tormenting us for sport? Thinks every single truther is an agent. Well, that's the way you would be if you were a paranoid fucking schizophrenic. You would think everybody's a demon, everybody's out to get you. The guy's a fucking psych patient. He needs to go take his medication. Actually, he shouldn't take his medication. But I'm actually, you know what pisses me off the most about that fucking retard? Is he actually gives schizophrenics a bad name. So I always had a different opinion about schizophrenics. And this is really what pisses me off about this motherfucker. He hates me, says I'm ugly, rotten tooth, trailer trash, glad my mom died. None of that shit actually really pisses me off as much as the fact that he gives actual schizophrenics a bad name. Because I always had a very high opinion of schizophrenics. And I thought if anybody can explain the mind virus, it's somebody with that issue. But with the paranoia and all the hate and weirdness that he does, he gives them a really bad name. And I would love to have a schizophrenic on my channel to talk to them, to ask them questions. I mean, I already know the answers, but just to show everybody. It might not be hell, but rehab, like if you accidentally hit the wrong strings on a guitar and it takes a while for the strings or vibe to change to harmonic to still. I don't know. Could be some sort of energetic shift on the way. Who knows? So if it's all one consciousness, just feeding back shit. And I guess that's light work and shadow work, balancing out that vibe. Maybe if you put it in a simpler language. But a lot of people, I don't know, man. You're talking about it still like it's a sort of school tea, and it's just like a lot of people end up traumatized and offing themselves, though, miserable with depression. So it's not a very good school. It's sort of more like a torture chamber than a school, but no, not a school. I don't know. I feel like we're in a simulacrum, that there is infinite alternative realities within it. Shit, even when we wake up every day, we may be. Yeah, I think that too. It's so. Think about it like this, Kevin, just from a basic perspective. If we're in a simulation, that means it's more advanced than what we've created. But so far, we've created quantum computers where it's not, it works in qubits or whatever. It doesn't work in a linear ones and O's. It works in all directions simultaneously, which means if we were an advanced technology, that means we're created on a quantum computer, meaning when they created it, it was made with an infinite amount of variations, probably. Resistance, but that's why I said, like, there may be a version of you that's a multimillionaire. There's a version of you that's smoking crack and sucking dick behind a dumpster. There's a version of you that's a famous musician. There's a version of you that's doing what you're doing right now. Can the consciousness that you are in this life shift to a different one? I don't know. Maybe every second branches out a completely new timeline. Maybe, I don't know. Just a plane of existence, but we can learn and we can. I don't think it would be that complicated of a program to sort of shift to what we want. That wouldn't take that much processing power. I mean, it's just projecting different objects to you than what it normally does. It's not that high on the processor limit, you know. All consciousness is feeding back shit, and I guess that's light work and shadow work, balancing out that vibe, to put it in simpler language. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like maybe not a school, just plain existence. We can learn, or we can go ignorant or stay ignorant. Ronan's journey is the dude I was thinking about. Yeah, Ronan in the sky. Yep. You align to the version you want to be, apparently. No, there was another one too. It was somebody that was in the chat is what it was. That's who it was. Yeah, they said Shangela, I think, would actually be able to answer this question. They ended up messaging him saying, tell Chris Sedaris thank you because his videos really helped me, but I'm done. I'm moving on, but I want you to tell him thank you. So that's the fourth one I'm thinking about. I can't remember their name. Anyways, yeah, unfortunate. But it is what it is. Life sucks. I don't blame anybody for offing themselves. But again, I don't know if Lion Sword's still with us. Does anybody know that? Does anybody watch his channel or figure out the universe? Or it may not. I would say it's got a much better chance of doing it than we do. But the universe is all coded. It's a simulation. It's a simulation. This reality is a simulation. An advanced one. I mean, it's cool. It's interesting. It's different, but it's still a simulation. The evidence is overwhelming. That's probably like in this anime ReZero, but plus mind wipe. I think you typed that weird, Kevin. I don't understand what you're saying. He doesn't post, and I Google his name every once in a while to see if he's alive. Yeah, look, it is. I don't know. I don't know if I'm programmed or if I'm just genuinely good, and it hurts me when other people off themselves. But it's sad to see that happen. I don't want to. I hope he's okay, even if he's living in the woods, as long as he's healthy. But why? Why? So he can get up and live in the woods the next day? I mean, I don't want him to suffer either, or have an existence that he's not happy with. You know, I've got really mixed feelings on suicide, dude. I don't know. I don't really even like talking about it. I figure if somebody gets to that point, then I'm sure they got a good reason to be wanting to do that shit. Especially in a realm like this. So it's almost like, what do I say about it? What do I say about it? I don't want to promote it. I obviously don't want to promote it. I don't want people killing themselves. I wish good people instead. I don't know. I wish I lived in a reality where good people would come together and do something about this shit. Not in a reality where the good people that see that it's fucked up are just killing themselves. That just seems like, anyways, dude. I don't know. Not the best thing to be happening. Me too. The Gnostic Hermetic shit seems to make no sense, and there's non-duality within that. The world is an illusion, as is the ego personality. Okay, for the source. Oh god, so yeah, a lot of the texts or whatever, they say that this realm's not real. This realm is fake. A lot of them said that. The Middle Eastern texts or whatever, yeah, the Mag Hammadi and all that shit. A lot of people said that this reality isn't reality, but I think that because of technology and because of the way it's evolved, it's sort of showed us in reality a better way to describe it all. And I just think anybody nowadays, this is an ego. I'm just saying, based on circumstance, should be listening to me, not the Gnostics. Why? Because Chris Sedaris was born in 1983. He wasn't born in, 1283 BC or something. What I'm saying? Like, we live in today's world. So I'm not into ancient texts. I think they're silly. It's cool that a lot of their beliefs line up with ours, but I would say let's create modern day spiritual texts and call it the Tostics or the Gnostics instead of the Gnostics, because we're in 2025. I guarantee you, none of these ancient texts talked about computers, hoverboards, fucking AI. People think they're going to find the truth in these old ass stories. You can find pieces of truth in any story. We could watch the show Dexter and probably find some meaningful truths in a serial killer show. You can find truth in Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. That's absolutely true. If you have a heart, if you're a narcissistic motherfucker, though, it doesn't seem to be true. Match observably looking and breaking shit down. Like, let's say I died and had this conversation before y'all, but I'm from the future type shit. But don't remember. Oh, yeah, that could be happening. You could be reliving your life over again. We could be dead now, and we're just in some sort of weird purgatory state we're all creating because we're just unaware of it. Sort of like the movie The Sixth Sense or whatever. I see dead people. Like how Bruce Willis just didn't even realize he was one of the ghosts. He thought it was all like a normal life until he found out he was actually dead the whole time. That could be what's going on with us. I compare, not listen, and do my best to interpret different ways. Like, how could you kill yourself if you're already dead? But if you're still manifesting that old stupid reality you lived in, this is what you're getting. I don't know. They said dead back from graves. AI brings them back. What? Got one that can see. What up? Remember the others? 2001. I don't remember that. What's that? The others? Oh. From what I gather, with different timelines, the alternative lives, everything already exists at all times in terms of illusion. So yeah, we're like almost agreeing to coexist in the same reality with these elite demon fucks because of what they want to manifest aligns with what we're manifesting. For us to manifest us being a low down piece of shit in a slave system, we have to be able to give them their position with our manifestation, bro. Maybe we're moving into a shitty reality because we're all stupid and dumb. And we actually believe this shit's happening. Let's get out of here. Let's stop believing. Hey, let's all believe that they do exist, because it would be easier to do that than to assume they just never existed or we just ended up in a weird reality. Let's believe they do exist, but they all get busted. They all get found out. We exist at the beginning. No, let's manifest the X-Men reality. Right now, they think that they're controlling us with their 5G mind control technology, but really it's fucking over radiating us and turning us to X-Men, and we're all about to develop powers and shit. That's the one I want. I'll be a healer. Even if I gotta be just a healer and not exciting fucking them up type shit going on. If I just had to heal people that were fucking them up, I would still be happy. Hitting play or had hit. Plus, I can use healing once the war's over. You can't really use killing powers once the war's over. Hitting play or had hit play, and it's just playing out. I saw myself in the future on an acid trip in the 80s. What the fuck? Officer, please give me some LSD. I need some now. That sounds like somebody. Who is that? When I do that voice, that's a character. Give me some now. Who is that? Is that Piccolo? No, Piccolo's way deeper. Playing. Is that Piccolo? No, that's not Piccolo. That's more like Frieza or something that sounds like. So we orphan trained to accept this reality slave shit as normal and good. Wait, hey, what if they told you before you went down there, T, you're going to manifest whatever you believe in, and you thought you were just the most special person in the world, but then you came down, and once you truly started manifesting, you manifested this little shithole reality. I'm going to come over here and get you, T. That's what I'm going to do, bro. I'm going to show up to your crib, bro, and fucking put you in a full Nelson and tell my homeboy that's wrong with me to work on your ribs, dude, until you confess you've manifested this shithole for all of us, bro. What up, Chaco? How you doing, buddy? I'm doing all right in a hell realm. As XXXTentacion said, if you ain't do it right, you come back. Oh, fuck. Is that what he said, dude? That little son of a bitch. Why did he curse us to come back here? Don't believe XXXTentacion. He's lying. He's the Archon realm trying to get you to believe you come back. Dude, I really think we create our own realities. And that's just when people create that like tunnel or seeing their grandparents or whatever, that it's them doing it. I just think that's what they're believing is happening. I think if in that moment, like for example, I think if Shengel died or Lindy died, they would instantly manifest the realities they know and have already been to and shit. Like they wouldn't be all of a sudden in this weird moment where the Archons are about to capture them again. Like I just don't. That sounds silly to me. That sounds like a cartoon. If they've already got us trapped, why do they got to trap us again? I don't know. It's just like, so they have to deceive us into coming back. It's like, what? As I said, I already read that. Coming back sounds like one of the worst nightmares, dude. But I'm not going to lie. I was always afraid that this could happen after committing self-exit. Yeah, you may come back. I mean, just is what it is. You could say it comes back, not you. So what you are, I think, is the memories. I think that doesn't belong to you. I think that goes somewhere else when you die, and the energy that's powering that avatar, which isn't you as Chaco will say in this example, is gone. You're the electricity. You power the new guy. The new guy ain't even going to remember Chaco. He may be an ignorant motherfucker that ain't even a truther. Isn't that weird? But you ain't going to remember it anyways. You may get a quick little memory of one of your past lives, maybe in a deep meditation or something, but you know what I'm saying? If it feedback off of others that warp our creating of our own realities. Yeah, that's why they say, so this is a example of manifesting. If you're working on something and you want a project to take off, we'll say, don't tell a bunch of people. Because if those people have it in their fucking stupid little minds that you're a worthless, good for nothing, you're never going to succeed, you're working against their ability to manifest their reality. That's why you don't tell people things. You don't tell people, I'm going to quit smoking weed, when it's a bunch of people that struggle to quit smoking weed, because they're going to make it really difficult for you. You're going to feel extra addicted on your days where you're trying to quit. I'm telling you, I know this shit sounds crazy, but I see this shit happening. I pay attention. From what I gather, we are the true light, and any other light external is false. So at death, if there is a light, it's artificial. But look into it. I don't want to come back here. I don't know, T, because a lot of these entities that are always being deceptive seem to hide their faces behind blinding light. Like you can't see their face. Just a heads up. I'm not trying to sell fear porn, but that's a weird pattern I've noticed too, is a lot of them hide their faces behind blinding light. I mean, don't want to be too pessimistic, but our reality may be even worse than this. Give me an example, Kevin. What's worse than literally being a video game that other things play to torment? What's really worse than that? I mean, that's pretty bad. What's worse than that? Sounds crappy and weird as well. I mean, I'm glad if that motherfucker named Chaco doesn't exit in the end, but yeah, I guess I'm the dude behind the memories, or however you put it into words. Yeah, we are the body, the memories. That's why I say if I crack your fucking head with a hatchet and cause damage, and you now all of a sudden can't remember your 20s, your 30s, well, who's you? Who's you? Use the memories. And without the memories, you don't remember that shit. So the brain's like a tool to access the hard drive, but you aren't the memories or the hard drive. Chris and I are seeing the same shit, just wording differently. Yeah, I think so too. Why are we wording it differently? Do you really believe you are just a video game character? Yeah. Raven Spirits Badass Blades. Whoa. What's with that name, bro? You over there selling fucking badass knives or something? Exist. Who would be you? Who would be you with my memories? Wait, what? I don't know what that means. Who would be me with your memories? That bald dude you watch on YouTube. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I can easy imagine worse realities. Well, give me an example. You the field. This world hell, but like softwares or some shit. Well, Kevin, I always said, if this place is hell, it's actually done in a very kind of way. It's almost done in a weird way where it's like, I'm going to throw you into that worst realm I made, but it's actually done in such a way where you almost don't even notice you're in hell. It's actually the kindest kind of way to do hell. It's almost like the God that created this hell was very thoughtful. I mean, there is layers, but yeah. Yes, exactly. I'm just that dude you watch on YouTube. That's who I am to you in your memories. I'm just some projection or illusion, sort of. I don't know, being raped and tortured by demons 24/7. Man, it depends. Does her coochie stay wet, Kevin? Because if it stays wet, it's not the worst thing that could happen. Kevin's like, no, bro. I mean from the other way. Oh, no! Hermetics. Or shit. You said in memories, etc. I mean, that's kind of happening to us now, Kevin. It's just done in a subtle way. And it's actually worse the way it's being done here because, goddamn, it's maddening. Because you tell motherfuckers that it's happening, they're like, no, life's great. It's like being in a psychosis prison on top of the suffering here. Here's done actually really well. I mean, you got to admit that. This place is pretty bad. I mean, we sort of are being tortured 24/7. I mean, like in a weird way. I mean, it's done indirectly. Hermetics. I don't know about the hermetics. I think I made a video about them, didn't I? Or shit. You said in my... then that's probably all I know about them, what was in that video. Weren't they the ones that in the beginning, there was chaos and two sides, dark, and basically every religion's the same. In my memories, etc. But let's say we would change that somehow, like you would be the spark controlling my memories, whatever. I thought, what? What, Chaco? I don't know what you're talking about. You said in my memory schedule, but let's say we would change that somehow. Like what would be the spark controlling my memories, whatever. I don't know. Your memories aren't in your head, Chaco. Your brain is a tool to access the memories. Your memories go into a hard drive or something, or you could call it the Akashic records or whatever. The hard drive of this machine, this simulation. Your memories, your life memories, go into the hard drive when you die. There's some of them are in there now. Hermetics is the observable laws. If I grew up with you, I could say, yo, Chaco, you remember that time where we were hanging out at that soccer field and that old lady walked up and said, you little bastards, get out of here. And you'd be like, oh my God, I do remember that now. But if I told you, tell me every memory in your life before, and you told me everything you remember, we could sit in that room for 1 billion years, you wouldn't have remembered that. But then if I said it because I was there, it almost like gives you access to the memory. You know what I'm saying? Like you go into it. Like your memories are sort of external to your brain. They're like stored somewhere else. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Hermetics is the observable laws of reality and aligning with such gender correspondence. Oh, cool story. I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. Natural science, electromagnetics, Chaco, kind of like split personalities or MK Alter. Dude, so maybe I would say if you're here, try this, somebody, and this may be dangerous. But if you're struggling in life anyways, and you're willing to experiment, I don't want to do this because I kind of like my personality. But anyways, I'm probably going to stop reading comments because I can't do that and make my points at the same time. Sometimes it's hard to keep up, but give me 1 sec. So a few actors, Charles Manson, people would take on roles of people, other people that wasn't them. Charles Manson would take on the roles of a guy named John Jones that drove a pickup truck out of Alabama or something like along those lines. I clearly remember John Jones because I thought that's like the heavyweight, greatest fighters that ever existed. But he would do that, and he said they would all do that, and they would take acid, and they would take on these roles, and it was fun to them. They were kind of RPing. But he would say if you did it long enough, you would sort of lose your personality. You would sort of lose who you are. And I would say if you're struggling in life, there are ways, if you don't like who you are, if you don't like your current predicament, there are ways. So I would say take on the role of this uppity, wealthy man. If you're struggling financially, forget that old lack of abundance way of thinking and being, and literally take on the role of this wealthy, how you would picture of a rich version of you would act, and take on that role all the time to the point that you forget your own role. And that may be a way to manifest a reality. Because when you truly believe it, it's sort of, that's what I say, like our brains are sort of like connected to this realm. Okay, let me read real quick. Just waiting on the mill lady to drop my pack, 1 ounce of Gorilla Glue. I'm waiting for a mill lady to drop off my package as well, dude. It ain't Gorilla Glue, though. Well, I think you and T understood what I meant close enough. Wait, what did you say, Chaco? Oh, you said my memory schedule, but let's say we would change that. So no. Okay, first, I'm not freaking native English. I know you're German, Chaco. You're doing a good job, but I hope I'm doing a good job. Am I doing a bad job? I'm sorry, dude. Rebirths, reincarnation, downs, up, Gorilla Glue, need some dampen before use. I always forget that fucking step. Yeah, because we grew up with wood glue, T. Everything was just that. Remember that fucking big wood glue bottle was always that fucking same old bottle of, what was that? Had like the little cow head on it or something. I can't remember. You don't have to dampen up real manly glue from the past. But Gorilla Glue does work well if you dampen. That's true. If you don't dampen, it's not that great. That's true. I'm talking about wheat to become a better meat. They named it glue. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Yo, T, do you remember that fucking dude? Motherfuckers used to do some nasty shit back in the day, bro. They'd put that as a prank. I mean, just disgusting. They'd put the fucking plastic wrap on that motherfucking toilet so tight you couldn't see it. So tight you couldn't see that shit. But then you'd sit down and you'd go use a number two, and you'd end up with shit all over your balls. That is a known method, Chris. That's being reborn and born again. That's a known method. Well, I will say this. It's not always, don't forget what I said, it's dangerous. It's not always beneficial. Sometimes the individual ends up way worse off. They end up even more depressed, more broken, more of a person they didn't even want to be. Like a person that now questions the integrity of reality and shit. It's like, you think you want that. A lot of people think they want that. They don't really want that. Not had it yet. She should be here any sec. I think that's risky, bro. You can lose yourself. Yeah. Oh, I'm saying it, dude. I hope I'm very clear on that. You never lose yourself, your true self. Elmer's, bro. I knew you would know it, T. I know you would know it. I knew you would know it. T and I think that's exactly the one I would like to lose. Oh, I'm sorry. He meant at T. I always forget the at symbol. I'm sorry not to read those ones, but you do change, at least here in the physical, as far as role portrayed. Yeah, people are going to perceive you different. And this is also why a lot of people you'll see people become recluse, or they retract from, on a subconscious level, they know. Or people will move to a completely different country. They'll move to a different state. They'll sort of drop their whole old life because they know if they started acting that way in front of the people that already know them, they're going to believe it's not real and it's going to be working against them. They know on a subconscious level to get away from those that could view them and have an opinion about, hey, whatever happened to old Dale? He kind of just disappeared. He's probably living a whole new life. I just made a triple espresso. My reality is good now. That sounds good. You just forget everything you were taught and just start with blank, open mind. Yeah, be who you want to be. I would say that. Be who you want to be. If you're the type of person that you're affected by the judgments of others, I would say that's probably brainwashed into you, especially if you don't like it, then become a person that don't give a fuck. Literally become that person and fake it till you make it. Act like that person, like how a method actor would do. So would only give me misery and panic attacks. I like the taste though. I love the taste. A really strong, bold coffee with espresso in it, with a good amount of sugar. Man, when you combine like bitter and sweet, man, there's just something, man. Just talking about that motherfucker got me wanting to go get some shit. Actors end up fucked up method acting. Not all of them. But, well, no, it's definitely not all of them, because there's a lot of method actors that don't. But I'd say the best ones do end up struggling. Like the Daniel Day-Lewis, what's his name? The kid. And he wasn't always a method actor, but he died after doing the Joker or whatever. Heath Ledger. It fucked with the, what's his name? The funny man. Ace Ventura. You guys know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows Ace Ventura. Jim Carrey. God dang it. Jim Carrey. Anytime there's a person with the initials JC, they make me slightly uncomfortable. But Jim Carrey comes off like a genuinely good person to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's a lizard shape-shifting baby blood drinker. But when he method acted, it didn't do good for him. I think it had a weird effect on him. But I think he's a better person, to be honest with you. I think it had a good effect on him, but he didn't always seem like he was dealing with it well. You end up growing or vibing away from current social groups and migrate and have orbiting new people. Yep. And if these new people view you, man, that guy Chaco is such a sweet, kind guy. They're going to manifest that life for you instead of having a bad opinion like a relative or some old friend may have of you. If you've had, let's say, made bad life decisions, if people see you as like a failure or whatever, you got to get away from those types of people because you're not just trying to manifest, you're working against what they're trying to manifest, what they believe is true. Actor from like the age of 10, and I always hated it and always wanted it to end without being able to word what I truly feel. Now I got a better vocabulary just naming things I knew long. For sure. I would love to be able to tolerate caffeine. Fuck yeah. I may start up coffee again. Oh, T, I'm sorry. Don't listen to me. Method acting and losing your old personality is the same thing. One is just professionally and temporary. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. I use method acting as an example to explain how I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the exact same thing. Just take on the role of somebody you're not, and you'll lose yourself. I would love to be able to. Jim Carrey, or Jim Carrey, you were answering. Jiminy Cricket is the Christ consciousness in Pinocchio. Yeah, what was the dude's name in the Green Mile? John Candy was his name. John Candy. Or no, John Candy was the fat dude that died. He seemed like a genuine, like when I say, maybe he was a child sniffer, I don't know. But he seemed like a genuinely good dude, John Candy. No, John Coffey was his name. Try L-theanine with coffee. It takes the edge off. Oh, yeah, I've got some of that stuff, don't I? Thank you. Someone here's to say. I would say look up so what's happening is just, okay, Chaco, look up if you have a little bit of extra money, maybe like $100 extra bucks, you could say. Not all supplements are expensive, but look up what does coffee pull out of my body or make me deficient in, because coffee pulls a lot of stuff right out of your bones, and it's a list. I mean, it's selenium, magnesium, potassium. I mean, it's a bunch of different things. B1, but look up those and take those and see if that helps you. And it may be L-theanine or whatever, what Osric is talking about. I think L-theanine, isn't that the chemical that's in chocolate, actual chocolate or whatever? That's really good for you. Helps sex drive, I think, too. Recommended someone hear the same thing. Thanks for telling me anyways. It helps take it together. Yeah, and somebody, whoever that was, I seen that comment. Somebody had said, Chris, thank you for recommending glycine and glutathione. You're welcome. I'm about to order another batch myself here. I'm telling you, if you're into supplements, that is number one. You feel like a cold's coming on, take your dose of those for that day. You don't have to take them every day. Take it for that day. And if you really want to, go a little overboard with it, make a little bit of a heaping teaspoon of glutathione, maybe an extra, glycine. You'll go to sleep and wake up and that cold will be gone. You'll hawk up a big, thick, disgusting loogie and that cold will be completely gone. I did it like 4 times in a row, but I'm out of it. And I don't know, the other day I kind of started feeling a sickness coming on and I just sort of didn't eat all day and it went away, but, took my supplements. But the real you, true you is nothing but pure potential. And the you now current moment is always step 1, fresh slate to change to attributes you like. You're welcome. It does work. Oh, was that you, Osric? Thanks, Chris. That's Theobromine and coca. Oh, yeah. You're right. Theobromine. Theobromine. No, I thought it was, am I right about that? You might be right, actually. I don't know, but it definitely works. It helps. So that's one of the chemicals where I'll say that or chemicals or supplements that you can say I took when I was, again, feeling low sex drive and didn't really increase my sex drive, but my goodness, increased the amount of, I mean, not to be gross, we're all adults here, but semen I was producing, you could say. So look up, there's 3 chemicals. I can't remember their names. That's one of them, I think, the one that's in chocolate. There's one that's in eggs, and then there's one that's in something else. And those 3 go deficient when you ejaculate. Take those 2, and it will start to boost your sex drive a little bit. And I'll say it definitely boosts your amount of semen you produce, which is gross, I know, but whatever. But if you understand what Chris and I are saying, you can be who you want. Yeah, you can be who you want to be. It's a green tea also. I take glycine every night with magnesium glycinate. So there's a few things that I tried that were a little different, Osric. I tried taking that diatomaceous earth, and they said that that was literally like the best thing to remove parasites. But every time I took it, I felt a weird cold coming on, like I was getting sick. So I had stopped. And then looking back in hindsight, it's like, man, maybe I should kick on. Because a lot of people say if you have a high die-off on a lot of these gut bacterias or parasites, that they'll do that. They'll make you feel sick because sometimes they explode and their guts come out or whatever, and their guts are full of nasty, just chemical, just unhealthy, and you digest it, and it makes you feel sick. And I thought, man, I probably should have kept going with that motherfucker. But choline, yeah, that's the one that's in eggs, I think. It's the choline. Zinc is great. Always take zinc. Magnesium is a must. Zinc is a must. If anybody not struggling with health or issues or anything, or just somebody that's trying to be healthy, magnesium is a must. Zinc is a must. Again, if you drink coffee, look at the things that fucks you up, and selenium's a must to me. I know it smells like sewage water, but you can get it in pill form. I mean, you could smell it through the pills too, bro. I mean, selenium's not the greatest smelling supplement you'll ever take. Herxheimer effect is that called, I think. Get worse before you get better, you get sick releasing. And if you're having any kind of like urinary issues, like a urinary tract infection, UTI or whatever, try methylene blue. You'll piss out blue juice, for real. You'll piss out blue liquid. I'm talking about, it looks like blue dye, bro. Like when it hits the water, you're literally turning the bowl blue, like you got one of them little hockey pucks in the back. You'll piss out blue, but it's anti-bacterial. And I'm pretty sure it's anti-fungal too, isn't it? I don't know, something, but the Herxheimer effect, also known as the Jewish-Herxheimer reaction, is a temporary self-limited inflammatory response to the toxins released when certain bacteria are killed by antibiotics. Yeah, I really take all of those things for many years. Haven't found the cure cause yet. Okay, methylene blue is the only one mentioned. I haven't tried. I'll send you some, Chaco. I don't use it ever anymore, but I was using it for a minute. It's really cool, bro, because something weird happened. And I thought that this was a chemical reaction, but I couldn't replicate it. So you guys are probably going to think I'm crazy. Whatever. I don't care. And that's probably why I never told this story. But I had a glass of distilled water. And so methylene blue is photoreactive. I put like 20 drops, which is like 1 vial. And I'll stir it up. And if you bring it out to the sunlight, you'll see it go clear. The dye goes away with sunlight. Which is interesting because we're, once it's in your body and in your cells, and we are photoreactive creatures, maybe there's more to it. Maybe that's why people say they feel energy drinking. But there was this one time I was in my kitchen, and there's a time right in the afternoon where like almost a beam of light comes straight through the window. It's very powerful, just the way the houses are set up and everything. And I put the water right in that beam, and I was like doing a prayer over the water. I was like, water, methylene blue, bless me with your goodness. And man, that motherfucker started glowing like bright. I almost, I couldn't even look at it. And it went clear. All the blue went away. And I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, that must mean what they meant when they said it was photoreactive. And that was the first time I'd seen it go clear. And then I had tried it like a bunch of times after that. And a few times, right out in direct sunlight, it did go clear, but it never did that thing again where it like glues super bright. It's like, man, was me blessing that water or whatever? Like, actually do some shit? Like, I don't know what the fuck happened there, but I couldn't replicate it. I was trying to show my brother, and it didn't happen. But anyways, do you like the blue stuff? I never tried it. I don't know if it was placebo, but it did seem to give me. It didn't really give me much extra energy, but it did give me better sleep, which is weird because everybody says it gives you great energy, but I got better sleep when I was using the methylene blue. And peace and calm, which is weird. It made me more calm, more peaceful, and I got better sleep. So maybe it like kills the edge of caffeine or something. I don't know. Yes, me. But how was the earth you take all? Oh, diatomaceous earth, the one that makes you feel weird. Okay, so it's diatomaceous earth. If you look at it under a chemical, it's made up of a bunch of these little like weird geometric patterns. They look like little weird stars or like rings with like spikes on them. They're weird. It's like these little fossilized, but they dry out parasites. They dry them out. People use diatomaceous earth in their garden to keep pests away because if a bug tries to crawl through it, it rips them up. It dries them out and it rips them up because these little things have edges on them. But they're microscopic to us. They don't do damage, but to the parasites, they do damage. How is it to call? Is the properties chemically different when it loses blue change chemical in a negative way? I don't think so. I reacted to it the same way. Man, this place is. I'll say that day though, where it glue super bright, it felt like it gave me more energy, and I'm pretty sure that may have been the night actually where I accidentally astral projected. Man, this place, or I know it was right around that time. It was right around that time when I did that glowing that I astral projected. It was definitely right around that time. I don't know if it was the exact same day, but it was right around that time. Weird, well, so many bad things, but at the same time, lovely people, like every single one of you people, especially you, Chris, since I know you a bit from the streams. Thank you, Choco. That's a great compliment. Yeah, I feel right at home with you guys too. It's nice to have. I'm super grateful. I know I don't show it all the time, but I'm super grateful for you guys. Super grateful for any conscious soul that questions this reality. Could be such a better place. Yeah, it should be. Diet Earth are fossils. Yeah, little fossils. That's what they are. Little like ancient fossils. Can someone write that Earth? Oh, I'll write it, dude. Did I spell that right? Is it tenacious? Maybe it's like that. I think I had it right. It's something similar to this, Choco. Diatomaceous earth. Oh, it's T-O. Oh, damn, I'm missing the E too. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, T. Thank you, Osric. What did you bust again? What up, one of you? Well, I mean, for me to know, I mean, you must assume something happened. So yeah, something like that happened. They use it in swimming pool filters. They sure do. It's It's great. It's antibacterial, antifungal. You would think, man, I'm pissing out this blue chemical that was made to dye jeans. But really, they say it really is just some sort of altered salt. It's some type of salt. I'd say, can we alter salt into a further state? Can we alter it till it turns purple or blue or pink? And then if we drink it that way, what happens? What is the effect of really, really powerful colored lighting on our bodies? A lot of people talk crazy about red light therapy, how it helps. It counters blue light therapy, which is what we're all constantly doing when we're looking at our screen, sitting in front of our screens. They actually have blue light goggles and shit too, and glasses that block that. But supposedly it's very unhealthy to be taking this shit into our eyes all the time. So maybe it's counteracting that. But we are photon beings. So you would think colored lighting would be studied deeply. I don't know if it already has been. Maybe I'm talking out of my mouth. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I found it's called Hilerde in English, which just translates into healing earth. Oh, really? Yeah, I've got a whole fucking 5-pound bag of the shit still. It never goes bad. It stays shelf good forever. Um, so Chaco, did you ever try the so you're really into supplements, you said. The one you didn't try is the blue. So did you actually try that what is that other one that got popular? People were saying, "Oh, it's opening people's third eye," and it was expensive, man. People were trying to sell that shit for like $300 a fucking vial. And there was the one where it's like colloidal silver, which is supposedly great. Again, another antibacterial, antifungal, I think. But then there was the other one, oh, monoatomic gold. Did you ever try that one, dude? Did you ever try monoatomic gold? Did that do anything for you? Shilajit? What's that? That's like Shilajit's like some Iraqi fucking flower or something, isn't it? A loon server is fucking dead. Join it, Chris, so we can bring PvP back. Dude, are you still playing? You're still playing? Dude, I told you would like that shit, motherfucker. I want to try all that stuff. Monatomic gold, diatomaceous earth, etc. Yeah, you got to get you some money, brother. I know you're cool just being non-materialistic, but then you're sort of manifesting a reality where you ain't got no money to try the things that you want to try. That's like a black weird mineral or something. Shilajit. I've heard of Shilajit. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Can't play it. Everyone left for Bronzebeard. What's Bronzebeard? Is that still Project Ascension? It's a new server on Project Ascension. So what? You built up a character on one server and now everybody left it. Go, well, dude. Don't sit there and wait for motherfuckers to come around. Fuck that. Go with them. Go to Bronzebeard, dude. Just you got to start over again. Take that L, bro. New server for original 9 classes of vanilla. Is Project Ascension the one with the server, or is it a totally different people? I've heard of Ashwagandha. There's a few. There's one I got here that was supposed to like boost testosterone, all natural. Tribulus terrestris, DHEA, and Tonkat Ali. Supposedly, this thing was supposed to boost sex drive. Never really did much. Never really did much. I don't want to play the original classes. So, is it 1-to-1 leveling, T? Like where you have to level up old school time? Man, fuck. Who's got 6 months to level up a character, bro? I ain't with that shit. I'm very careful with any kind of heavy metals, although I know in the right amount and form it can be used in a helpful way, but I study a bit. I'm not a fan of any heavy metals. And even when when people start taking metal supplements, they're unhealthy, bro. How many am I supposed to take with this motherfucker? It says like 1. I'll take fucking 3 of them. Maybe then I'll wake up with a fucking super boner tomorrow and all of a sudden have enough sex drive to actually give a fuck. I have ashwagandha, good for lowering blood pressure. Ashwagandha is good for lowering blood pressure. I thought that was a thing guys took for sex drive. The one I know is astaxanthin. That's really good. It's almost like a light ibuprofen. It's some sort of natural ibuprofen. No, I haven't tried the gold form you're talking about yet. What's up, Malakas? What up, John? How you doing, man? Bro, I hope your fucking stocks do good. I hope your fucking investments work, John. Everybody manifest John's investments working. But it's start, stop to not being dependent on it. Was it monoatomic gold? Yeah, I never got to try that one. I ended up making my own, but I don't know if it came out right. Super boner. Fuck yeah, bro. One of them motherfuckers that don't fall down. I tried the Tonkat Ali for 2 months and it didn't do anything. Yeah, that don't do anything for me. I almost take it now if I see it every once in a while. Like I just took it just now. Almost because like, well, if I don't use it, my money gets wasted. And I figure, it's doing something, right? Like it's got to be good, and maybe I ain't gonna wake up with a 20-year-old sex drive tomorrow, but maybe it's benefiting some sort of deficiency in my body, nutritionally wise or whatever. I need a green $5,000 total investment talk. Bro is looking for one. What? $5,000 total investment? Oh, you need one too? Yeah, me too. It's also a pest repellent stock. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Maybe I shouldn't have taken them. Fucking fuckers giving me gas, bro. I'm actually about to wrap this one up, guys. I'm getting fucking hungry up in this hood. Thank you guys for coming. I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. All that. Damn, it's dark as fucking this motherfucker, man. I should have had. Well, I guess it's getting dark out. I didn't have the fucking light on. I had the damn window open, but when I started it, it was pretty bright. Anyways, uh, yeah, you did come at the end, John. But there's like 2 hours you could watch. Sucks you ain't with it, but oh well. I'm sorry, brother. Wish everyone a good day here, man. Yeah, me too. I hope everybody can manifest the reality they want. Dude, go do it. If your life sucks, maybe your current personality sucks. Maybe you have recurring negative thought loops that you're so sick of fucking dealing with that you're just ready to not deal with them anymore. Go and start a new personality and fuck the old one. But Chris, you'll lose your mind. Maybe that's good in some cases. I don't know. But you can do that. Anyways, manifest the reality you want. Walk around as some super wealthy dude. And the next time you fucking play the lottery, you'll win the motherfucker, Who knows? Anyways, catch you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Goodbye, mother bitches.